Welcome back. This is part 5 of Eco 501, sections 1 and 2, spring 2021. Okay, now in this part, we will be introducing two concepts, opportunity cost sets and trade-offs. We've already discussed what opportunity sets and trade-offs are, but now we're going to try to present these two concepts through graphs using the mathematical tools that we learned in high school. Opportunity sets and trade-offs, we will be presenting them in graphs now. So firstly, what is an opportunity set? As the term shows, an opportunity set is a set that tells us what opportunities we have. If you are familiar with high school mathematics, you may be familiar with the concept of a set and a complement set. So if we can determine that this is the opportunity set, anything outside the opportunity set is the complement set, the set that we don't have access to. So when we define that this is our opportunity set, we are indirectly or implicitly or invisibly also determining what is not our opportunity set. This brings us to three critical terms in the set. Number one, the opportunity set tells us, given the environment decision we find ourselves in, what is possible for us, what is just possible for us, and what is not possible for us. What is not possible for us is not possible because our prices and incomes don't allow us to go to that complement set. What is possible for us is divided into two components. If we don't spend our entire income, anything is possible. If we just spend our total income, what is just possible? We are interested in this just possible set. Why? We will see in a little while that if we don't spend our entire income, even the prices and budget that we face, then we are not doing the best that we can, i.e. we are not acting rationally. What are the constraints? The constraints are the variables or the factors. If they change, the opportunity set changes, the environment changes. If the price of something falls, that brings more opportunity to the household. If the income of the household rises, that brings more opportunity for the household. The reverse is also true. If the prices increase or a household's income decreases, that squeezes the opportunity that the household finds themselves in, the new environment that the household finds themselves in. How do we define those external factors? We define that through the budget constraint. This is the term that we will use. We will look at it in a graph in a little while. What are the components of the budget constraint for the household? Prices of the goods, income of the household, and the third component of scarcity, which we looked at last week, which was time. If the time frame is long, households respond in one way. They find themselves in an environment where they can respond in one way. If the time span is short, the households respond in a different way because they find themselves in a different environment. The model that we will look at initially is the model of the CDs and DVDs of Michelle. So, given her budget constraint and the prices of the goods, Michelle can spend $120 on DVDs, or she can buy $120 on CDs. These are the two extreme points. Other than that, she can buy different combinations of DVDs and CDs. But the foundation of economics is such that if she sacrifices one DVD, she gets some more CDs, or vice versa. There is a trade-off, there is an opportunity cost. We come back to that same table that we saw in the previous part, table 2.1, Michel's opportunity sets. And we're not going details into this table because we've also said this. The next graph is actually the same presentation of the previous graph that we did in the last part, but now we are going to uh, identify some critical points. B1 and B2, these are the intercept points. Why? They This point in the budget constraint B1 B2 intercepts with x-axis. This point in the budget constraint intercepts with the y-axis. In the previous part, we said that if Michelle decides to buy only DVDs, she can buy maximum 6 units with her 120 budget. If she decides to buy only CDs, she can buy 12 units of CDs given her budget of 120. And then B1, sorry, is actually all X, no Y. Conversely, B2 is all Y, no X. Then we come to the 2 points, E and D. E and D tells us what is possible for Michelle. She can decide to buy the D quantity, 2 units of DVDs, 4 units of CDs, or given her budget, she can decide to buy at point E, 3 units of DVDs, 6 units of CDs. Why is this line just possible? Because she can't do better. Thus, this is the efficient point given the price and the income and the time constraints that she finds herself in. Why should Michelle choose E over D? Because if she chooses D, then she has savings. That means, given the environment that she finds herself in, she is not doing the best. Some of you may ask the question, why? What is the problem if I have savings? In this model, we have only one time limit, one time period. Therefore, if Michelle decides to save, what will she do with the savings? If we had a multiple time period, then the situation would have been different. She saves her money now, she spends it later. But now she has only one time period. Therefore, she can, if she decides to be at D, she is not doing the best she can, given that the situation that she finds herself in. So her target will definitely be to be at point E. Now, the other point, F. Is this possible? No. If Michelle decides to come at F, she will have to buy 4 units of DVDs, 8 units of CDs. This will be more than the total budget that she has of 120. So given the prices of the goods, given the income of her in a particular period, and which means one time period in this case, she cannot go to F. This is the complement set. So as we have defined the opportunity set as the green triangle, we are implicitly also saying that the F point is the complement set. She can't go to point F. So here in the slides, we see this. F is not possible given the prices and income. B is possible but not desirable because she has savings. So the only thing is that she will definitely be at E if she is, and then it will be efficient. Okay, why is B1, B2 downward sloping? Simple. If we want more DVDs, we have to sacrifice some CDs because our budget is fixed. The prices of the goods are constant. Why is B1, B2 a straight line? This is the important question because the prices of the DVDs on the x-axis, prices of CDs on the y-axis, they are fixed given our budget. So if we decide to sacrifice one for the other, we will always be sacrificing in the same ratio. In the previous part, we said that that same ratio is the slope. Now we come to the second concept, which is basically the curved line that we saw, and we made a reference to Paul A. Samuelson of the American economist and one of the greatest economists of all time. This is called the production possibilities curve or the production possibilities frontier. As the term says, this is a curve or a frontier or a bended line that tells us what production combinations are possible. Just look at the three words here. Production possibilities curve. If we write a little sentence with these three words, what do we have? A curve that shows all possible production combinations open to a decision maker, in this case, a society. So a curve that shows what combinations of two products. Why two products? Because we want to show it in a graph. A graph is two dimensions, x-axis on the horizontal, y-axis on the vertical axis. So this is a curve that shows what combinations of two products an economy can produce given the constraints it faces. What are the constraints over here? Inputs, technology, time. If any of these three favorably change, the possibility set improves, it goes outwards. If any of these three disfavorably change, the production possibility moves inwards. In our model, like we said in part 4, we have two goods, butter, which is a civilian good, guns, which is a military good. This was the example that Professor Samuelson presented. Butter is presented on the x-axis, guns are presented on the y-axis. And again, inputs are given, technology is fixed and time is fixed. Now, what is the trade-off? If the society decides to produce more military goods, they have to sacrifice some civilian goods. More guns means less butter. The opposite is also true. If the society decides to produce more civilian goods, they have to sacrifice military goods. More X at the cost of more Y. This graph is very similar to this graph, table 2.1. In table 2.1, we had DVDs, x-axis, CDs, y-axis. In table 2.2, we have guns on the y-axis and butter on the x-axis. What's the difference? The difference is over here, for each unit of DVD sacrificed, we always get two more units of CDs. Move from 5 to 4, two extra CDs. Move from 4 to 3, two extra CDs. But over here, for each unit of guns that we sacrifice, we do not get the same ratio of butter. What does that mean? That means the slope is changing. What does that mean? That the production possibilities frontier or the production possibilities curve is no longer a straight line. So what we have over here is 20 units of guns we sacrifice, we gain 20 units of butter. Again, 20 units of guns we sacrifice, we gain 30 units of butter. Okay, so the slope is changing. Now, what is diminishing returns? This is a very important concept that we will be revisiting through the course. Diminishing returns means, as the name suggests, the more and more that we decide to produce, say, wheat on the x-axis, it will be more and more difficult to sacrifice, what's that on the y-axis? Corn. Let me give you an example. Okay, that is, in the morning we are very productive. A class in the morning is, say, 90 minutes. In 90 minutes, the amount that we can absorb is a lot. But as the day progresses, if we do this same class and we haven't had any rest in between, then the afternoon classes for that same 90-minute slot or same 1 hour slot, whatever the time duration is, it becomes more and more difficult to get the same absorption, the same productivity that we did in the morning class. Then how is this reflected in a slope? The slope becomes higher. Opportunity cost is higher. If I want the same productivity in the afternoon that I did in the morning, I will need more than that 1 hour class or the 90-minute class. So as we are carrying on a particular activity again and again, we find it more and more difficult to carry on with that particular activity. This is opportunity cost. This example we have discussed very much in detail in week 2, that before a decision is made, all the options are available for us. What do? We make a cost benefit analysis, i.e. we made a ranking. And based on that, we make a choice. So revisiting the previous week, if this is our ranking, we chose Brack University, where C, A, and D were the next 3 rankings. So what is our opportunity cost? The next best alternative sacrificed. So in this particular ranking, C is the opportunity cost of choosing B. Okay, not A. The next best alternative, if somebody else gave a ranking of say B, A, C, D, for them, A would have been the opportunity cost of choosing B. If somebody wrote B, D, A, C, then D would have been the opportunity cost of choosing B, etc. Okay, sunk cost is what? Once a decision is made, like we said in the previous week, everything that was available before the decision was made is now gone. That will not influence our decision making anymore. The last thing that we want to see is marginal decisions. As we carry on with an activity, we move at the margin. The first period of the class, second period of the class, third period of the class. We do not move from the first to the third in one shot. We move in margins. We move unit wise. So when we move from the first unit to the second unit, we calculate what is the additional benefit that we have, marginal benefit. What is the additional cost that we have to incur, the marginal cost. So if the benefit is here, so if the benefit is here and this is the cost, if we see like this, then we see marginal benefit is more better than marginal cost. That means our additional benefit from the activity is more than the additional cost. So we have an incentive to go for the next unit. If we see the opposite, that the benefit is over here, the cost is here. So the additional benefit is less than the additional cost. We don't have an incentive to go for that next unit. If we see marginal benefit is equal to marginal cost, then we are indifferent. This is our benefit, this is our cost. Additional benefit, additional cost. This indifference is another way of expressing efficiency. In the last class, last week, and also in this week, we have defined efficiency as a situation where, given the environment that we find ourselves in, we have no incentive to further change. Okay, so that means that we are in an efficient position. Now, the learning outcome of this particular topic was, ask yourself this question: what is an opportunity set? What does it show? The moment we frame the question this way, that what it shows, we are also wanting to know what it doesn't show. What were the constraints in our model for the household and for the economy? What happens if they change? If they favorably change, it's an outward shift. If they disfavorably change, it's an inward shift. An outward shift means our opportunity set is improving. We can choose more. Given the new environment we find ourselves in. If it's an inward shift, it's a disfavorable shift. So we can choose less, even the new environment we find ourselves in. These ones we will be looking at in the discussion class. What is a Parasha possibilities curve? Explain this and that. And this 9 and 10, 9 we don't need to discuss that much. We've discussed it a lot in the last week. Why do economists use marginal costs and marginal benefits? Because when we make a decision, we make it unit by unit. We seldom, never make one first unit to the last unit. Okay, so this we will be looking at later on. The opportunity cost of attending college. Final notes. Subscribe, please subscribe to my Brack University YouTube account and press the bell icon. So whenever I upload a video, which I will be, since this is the last video of week 3, you will get a notification. You can look at the videos. We will do the same in the Google Classroom. So please, whichever section you belong to, section 1 or section 2, please enroll in the Google Classroom. All relevant materials will be uploaded there. And bugs, regarding bugs, I will update this very soon. Until I can, the YouTube channel and the Google Classroom are our backup sources. And if you have any queries, please email me. I will try to respond back very quickly. So we come to the end of part 5 and also the end of week 3, ECO 501, sections 1 and 2, spring 2021. See you all during the discussion class. Bye.